Hello and welcome back to Data Simplified, and yes, we have a different screen on today because we're going to start to look at Tableau, and you are currently looking at a Tableau workbook in Tableau Desktop. Dependent on the version of Tableau that your organisation has, you might also have access to Tableau Online. However, I'm just using Tableau Personal, so this is why we're using Tableau Desktop today. So to walk you through then, to begin with, this is just going to be a very basic introduction and overview. When you do go into Tableau, you do have to do a little bit of work back end, whether you're connecting to a data source. I've just simply connected to an Excel spreadsheet just so I can run you through what I want us to run through. So you'll notice at the side you have two different things. So the green ones with the hashes next to them are your numerical data. They're your numbers, might change and everything, and then you have ones above, ABC next to them, and they're your dimensions, which is normally more categoric data. So let's have a little look and see what we've got first. So what's F1? If I put that into rows, so that's months of the year. Now, months of the year being called F1, not really very helpful, is it? So if you right click and you hit rename, we can change it. So I'm going to put it as months, so we know that's months of the year. Next, we have measure names. Again, not very helpful. No measure value, so I've clearly connected something up that doesn't really have any value for us. So I'm just going to leave that there, and we know not to use that. Next, we have subscribers, which appears to be a subscriber count. The good thing about this is that you'll notice that it appears here, and if you click on the drop-down menu, there's a few things you can do. So you can have it as a sum. You can have it as an average, you can have it as a count, you can have it as a distinct count. There's lots of different options for you to do. Then views, what are views? Just drag views out. Again, you can drag it in here, or if you want to, you can drag it below there. But then it is a bit annoying because then you do have to change it to text. And then we get a sum of views as well. But what if I wanted to divide subscribers by views? I don't know why I would want to do that in this context, but obviously if we weren't looking at subscribers and views, we were looking at, I don't know, sales divided by shirt sales specifically, so we could get a percentage. What you can do is you can create a calculated field. So we'll call this sub divided by views. And then you can make formulas, which work pretty standardly to what you've done before. All we'd simply do here is start writing the word subscribers, then as you would in Excel, the divide symbol, and then we'd write the word views. Now, if it doesn't like the calculation, that would say this calculation has errors or it's invalid, and you can hover over it for more information. So for example, if I take out views, there we go, this calculation has errors, and it's obviously upset because I don't have something to divide the subscribers by. But we'll put views back in now. But if it's good, you obviously get the calculations valid, and then you can click OK. And then you'll notice we then have the new measure here of the subscribers divided by the views, which we can pull out. Now you'll notice when I've done that, we've suddenly gone into charts. I will go into charts in just a moment. Let's just finish reviewing what data we do actually have here first. So we'll just remove everything out. Data count, what's this? 7. I'm not sure what that is, so let me just bring in the months into rows to see what that is. It's just simply counting the months as one. Okay, that's fine. So I think for today then, with our examples, we'll look at months of the year by subdivided subscribers and views. That sounds most reasonable to me. So let's get the months out in rows. Then let's put the subscribers in there. Okay. So these are the months of the year and how many subscribers my channel's fictionally gotten. If only it were true, guys. So the good thing about having a table is we can now do some table calculations. So you've got a few options here. You've got running total, which obviously does a running total, so it adds all of them on one after the other. You can then also do a percentage of total, which is good for when obviously you want to know, like say my total subscribers were 100, I'd want to know which percent I gained in which month, so I could obviously repeat the strategy. Or as we did before, you can just leave them as they were by clearing the click table calculation. The other thing that you also might want to do is if you go into other thing you might want to do is obviously with the quick table calculations, there are a few different ones. So there's difference, percentage total, rank and percentile. But again, I would just have a play about with those because there's quite a lot of scope there, as you can see. The other thing you might want to do is go over to this pane here, because you can do different graphs depending on the data you've got. So at the minute we're just simply using a table, but we could have a pie chart. We could have a bar graph, a stacked bar graph of that with the subscribers in. We could have a heat map type thing. And the ones that are greyed out will always tell you what you need in order to get them. So for example, for the line graphs, we would need a couple of measures. So if we go back to the table and we pull in the views, you can then see that we've unlocked a few different chart options that you're obviously welcome to click on and to play around with. So I think that's a very basic introduction to Tableau. I will move on to show you how to create dashboards and other fun things like that in the future. And thank you for watching today's video.